Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back, baby. Today's Bodycam we got for y'all today is Bodycam footage reveals a 10-year-old killer. Is this surprising nowadays? No. You know? If you show me a 12-year-old and that 12-year-old you bring and say, man, he got three bodies on him. Would you be surprised?
Yeah, still.
Nah. Not into today's society, man.
It shouldn't be like normalized or anything.
I ain't saying it's normalized, but I'm saying like not to surprise me anymore.
I feel you.
Because I always expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You never know with these people nowadays, man. And what? No. You see that? You had already saw that?
I already had read it.
Damn. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Lock it in with a thumbs up.
That's insane, bro. Y'all see this? Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Dang. Let's go, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You shot your mom. Yeah. Okay, the little boy shot his mom. I have the little boy here down at my house. His mom's up there. He shot his mom with a 22.
Man, get the fuck up out my house. I ain't gonna hold you. What you would have done? I would call police, but you can't be here. Don't know the circumstances.
Right, we don't.
Don't know the circumstances. But you ain't telling him to get out your house? You okay? You okay with that?
I mean, he got the weapon with him.
I don't know. No, you ain't just coming to free will it. Nah. The hell up at my house.
I feel you.
Let's go.
I have the little boy here down at my house. His mom's up there. He shot his mom with a 22. Joey, what's your last name? It's Joey McVeigh.
He said, calm.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Kind of hot.
I'm Deputy Stryker.
Yeah.
This is Captain Ranker, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's your name?
Joey McVeigh.
Joy McVeigh. Okay.
See.
Mm-hmm.
What happened, Joey?
Well, he shot my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, see, he's too calm. I shot my mom. We ain't even.
What happened? What transpired to get up to that point?
Okay, every day just making me so mad.
Okay. How old are you? 10? Okay.
These are the moments after a
Cold-blooded,
10-year-old
man.
boy's life changed forever. He just admitted to shooting his own flesh and blood in a fit of rage.
Beyond
Caught in the
flesh and blood,
throes of this
strong.
earth-shattering moment, young Joey McVeigh is clearly still in shock.
So where did you get the gun from? Your room?
He said the little boy still in shock. That's not shock, man. What the he literally admitted to saying, I told her every day. She made me mad. Bro, that's what parents gonna do. They're gonna make you mad.
Oh, he's 10, right? So I wonder, do he even...
Yes, he does.
He know right from wrong, but I'm
Yes.
wondering, do he understand the severity of what he
Man,
just
yes,
did?
he does. Yes, he does. I ain't putting this. No.
Like, I know he know that I shot my mom and that's a bad thing.
When this
But
happened.
I'm saying, do you understand the consequences of shooting her?
Yup. And I'm saying yup because we just saw them charge how old is she? 12-year-old as an adult for a homicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yes.
But just because they charging her, that is okay. Yeah. Okay.
She's gonna be convicted.
Yeah. Yeah. I know she is. I'm not saying that.
And trust me, they like she knows. Trust me. You think she understood the severity of the crime?
I don't know the little girl. I don't know. I do think that these kids know right from wrong. Yes, I definitely. That's. Come on, let's go.
I'm listening
Let's
to
go.
you. I just yawned. I'm listening to you. Finish.
Nothing.
Okay. What kind of gun did you have?
22.
A 22? Rifle, handgun, or what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Laying on my back.
Laying back on your bed?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did Mom do to you to go and upset you to that?
Lord, just every day. Just every, all different stuff.
I'm Grandma McVeigh, and
Okay.
Debbie was on the phone talking to me just prior to this. And
This is grandma.
I don't know, she was sending the DR and saying all this to him. And then I heard so much screaming going on.
The screaming she heard could have been the argument that led to this unlikely scene. It was a cold January night in 2011, not even 48 hours into the new year. 46-year-old Deborah wanted Joey to get some firewood from outside. That was the mundane task that somehow escalated into a fiery argument. Unhinged, Joey said he was tired of the fighting. He went into his room, retrieved a firearm, and came back into the living room. His sister Shauna begged him not to shoot their mother, but it was too late. Joey had made up his mind and shot Deborah in the head before leaving the house and alerting neighbors next door. In a panic, several of those neighbors dialed 911, calling Holmes County deputies to the scene.
The neighbor kid just came down. I guess there's an emergency up at his house.
What you done found out?
I ain't found out nothing. But with the information, that's what I be needing. That's why I don't like to speak too soon. But I be needing more info before I start speaking on stuff. And with just that little piece of information, his sister begged him not to. He like, girl, F what you saying, I'm gonna do me. And still did it. And knowing what type of gun you used. And you shot her in the head. Yeah.
And it looks like you have a plethora of guns at 10 years old.
Yeah, so you
he's
definitely...
already training to shoot and kill. So you definitely what, though?
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. So
Carry
you
that.
definitely know what you did and the severity of it. And you even have a reason for why you did it.
And I wonder, because she asked you to go get firewood, I wonder if you like, no, I ain't going out. So I wonder if you was being a rebellious kid, and every time she would ask you
to like do things around the house,
and
maybe
every time
doing
she would
chores, doing things like that, you just want to probably sit in your room, maybe play on a game, whatever the case may be. Like it seemed like it's one of those things.
Lazy child type shit.
To the scene.
The neighbor kid just came down. I guess there's an emergency up at his house. We have the cops up there and a squad. 911, what is your emergency?
We just got shot and got here. I think you guys already got the call, but I'm not sure.
Joey had recently been on Christmas break from school, spending a great deal of time with his best friend, a neighbor next door, away from this tiny rural home. To any healthy family, the story behind this end to Deborah's abbreviated life would be unfathomable. And soon, police will learn all the details, which go much deeper than the story implies at its surface.
Okay, myself and Unit 5 are out with the suspect. Unit 22's secured the scene. I'll give you an address where we're at if you can just go ahead and log this.
They scour the scene, marking the floors for DNA evidence. The area is sectioned off, and the questions on everyone's mind will be asked out loud.
And this is what we need you to do. Give a written statement, write out everything that you saw and everything you did, and maybe even something that led up to this.
Go ahead and get a statement of her, okay?
I'll get more.
The answers to those questions
Everybody's so calm. It's so odd to me.
I just say at this point, what has happened, and the best way to probably resolve the issue is by remaining calm.
Yeah, I understand what has happened, but it just happened. Like it just
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
I know it's just.
Oh, you
Still
talking about like the
odd.
sister? She's calm. It's like she's not in like
The grandma, that's I guess her daughter. I assume the daughter. Like you was in the house at the time, unless you done kind of. I don't know.
The answers to those questions would come in audio recordings, some of which you'll soon hear. Grandma McVeigh was there for one of those eerie sound bites with her grandson. You can hear the panic in Joey's voice as the reality of the situation unfolds.
Are you all right, buddy? I mean, I know you're not okay, you know what I'm saying? But as much as to be expected, I guess. I just want to get a better feel on what happened and, you know, maybe why it happened.
Well, I told all the other people that asked me.
Okay. I didn't know anyone else even asked you any questions.
One of the cops or whatever asked me, but is there any way I could, like, how long do you think it would take until I could, like, be with her?
Joey's primary concern, right off the bat, seemed to be leaving the house and living with his grandma.
What's the, whatever, I can't even think what it's called, you know, like, what is it called?
Where they're going to take you?
No.
The attorney?
Whatever, guy that, like, helps you and stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's an attorney.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
They can help you regardless of whether you talk to me or not. We don't...
Is he asked to be like a caretaker, or he looking for talking about
I don't
attorney?
know what he asking. The grandma keeps saying that because I guess she want him to say, I don't know.
Because he asking about being there with grandma, but grandma's worried about...
What's it? Yeah.
All right. I'm a little... All right.
I expect you to know, Joey. How old are you?
10.
You're 10 years old. You know, I'm not going to treat you like an adult, like you know everything. That's basically why we're taking longer to see if you want to sign this or not. What happened today in particular, why you got so mad?
Like, she calls me lazy. I hate when she calls me lazy because I'm the only one that brings fire on it. I remember when my dad was there. I hate when she calls me lazy because I'm the only one that brings fire on it. I remember when my dad was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of things, but no, I'm the lazy one.
So you do your chores around the house and...
Yeah, today a piece of wood hit me right in the shoulder, and she's like, okay, well, just go get some wood.
Is that what it started over? You were supposed to carry wood in and didn't?
Yeah, I can't remember.
What brought you to the point where you felt you should go in the bedroom and get the gun?
No.
Did she scream or...
No, nope.
Have you ever been that mad before?
Yeah, a lot.
Listen to this telling
No,
Who is this, the dad?
at the end of my thing is,
Michael McVeigh.
if mom calling him lazy, mom wanted him to do chores, mom wanted him to do things around the house, and him basically... Because because you got to also understand as a child be like, I do things around the house.
Mm-hmm.
But you might not do it in a timely manner. And that might be, you might not have as many chores, you know what I'm saying? But you thinking I'm doing a lot, but you really might not be doing a lot.
Yeah.
Because the kids is also exaggerate, you know what I'm saying? And so we got to go into it looking at in that lens sometimes. Again, we're not privy to understand everything because we wasn't there. But you will let your mom blow you up to that point where she's wanting to kill you. I mean, you were wanting to kill her.
Mm.
What the hell you would do to somebody else out here in the streets?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said the wrong thing to you because they made you mad. You damn near like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Anything that ticks you off, because this your mom, so you have somewhat restraint to loved ones. You will tolerate more from loved ones than you will a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
But you allow your mom, the one that brought you into this world, at 10 years old, you willing to take her out because she called you lazy?
Or because she wants you to do chores.
Bring the firewood in? Because all right. I been getting on my family with my nephew. He old enough to do a lot of chores, a lot of things outside. Cut the grass. He don't want to. He got an attitude. Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
He gets mad when people call him lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you are lazy.
Yeah.
I already got to do this. You ain't doing much, bro.
Yeah.
Most of the time you sitting at home on a video game, not doing shit. Don't want to. On the phone, not wanting to do stuff. So when they ask you to do something, you catch your attitude.
Into my time, what I got going. Boy,
and then they be like, you being lazy. I ain't being lazy. It's just, I already do. You don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I'm like, you got to understand kids be,
Interview with Joey's father, Michael.
Yes.
Michael says Deborah allegedly grabbed him by the hair in her bid to kick him out, just weeks before the shooting would take place, adding fuel to an already raging fire of angry exchanges, arguments, and toxic fighting.
When did she grab you by your hair?
The day that she asked me to leave.
What was the reason for when you left the last time here about a week or week and a half before this happened?
The doctors should be able to tell you, but she had been on for anxiety and all kinds of different things. Bipolar and had mood changes.
Remember when I was out there yesterday?
Is he drunk?
I don't know the man. He probably just talk like that.
No, I'm just saying because it sounded like he's slurring.
Dan was talking to you,
Yeah.
and we were talking about discipline with the kids. I know when I asked you about discipline, you said that you always heard her yelling and screaming at the kids. Did you ever see her strike the kids at all?
No, yeah, I even saw her 6 years ago. She got her Josh, the big Josh. I had to get her off of him that time.
Is that Josh Mike?
Yeah, she had him in the corner and slapped the shit out of him. She had anger issues bad, I mean, this is really hard to say stuff about her that other people are going to think I'm saying to be mean. She was mean to the kids and me off and on.
So you're saying Debbie
We
was...
had two sides to it. Everybody does.
Meanwhile, Joey had been spending a great deal of time with his friend Austin in his bid to escape the arguments.
Joey spent the night with you last night?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you about his mom?
Today, I guess, she asked me to do laundry. She got home, and they started arguing, and he picked up the gun and shot her.
Why the hell? Why the hell is a mother having to argue with a fucking child anyway? That's like, everybody act like this is okay for a 10-year-old child, to be arguing with his mother. Now, I might have been a hard-headed ass kid, but I didn't argue with my mom. I might didn't move at the pace she wanted to, but I ain't fixing myself to argue with my mom. Now, when I became 18, I might, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? You smelling yourself a little bit. Like, but as a 10-year-old, hell no. See, like, I don't argue with my mom. My mom tell me to do something. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, I argue with my mom now because my mom's sick. So it'd be like,
You say you argue with her now because she...
no, I'm saying, let me finish. I say I argue with my mom now. She's sick. And so I be trying to get her to, like, understand some things and be frustrated. I'm like, Mom, listen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, we're just trying to, because it's still freshly and new. And so she don't be wanting to, she be like, I don't want my lifestyle to change. And I'm like, Mom, but your lifestyle needs to change. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like on that type of argument.
I'm trying to think of how I
But not
was
like
when
that.
I was this age.
First
of all, I was never arguing.
You want a
Girl,
bad.
you better not even raise your voice.
Did your sister used to argue with your mom?
Argue? No, not like when I'm thinking of an argument.
I was just saying because your sister's a bad-ass kid. That's all I'm saying.
When I'm thinking of my sister was just bad. And just used to run away and sneak out and come home late and out fighting and doing God knows what.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. But yeah, but anyway, arguing, no. Like I don't even not I'm not even raising my voice.
Like, mama asked you to do laundry?
That was like, you know, like, say, for instance, you know, your parent, whatever, asked you to do something at the age.
You might hit it
with like, or say something under your breath, mumble something under your breath. What you say?
No.
Nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, what kids do. But, like, going back and forth, no.
And then, Low-key running away to to Austin house.
And then just to the point where I just feel like the things that is being asked of me, it's just so like, oh my gosh, I have to take my parents' life. Like, that's just crazy to me. But I don't know, man.
Like, the most I used to do, like, I can't stand it. You be in the wrong.
Now I did. Now I will say.
Go do that.
And I would say I used to like say if I get a little whooping or something. I go in my room. Oh, you did used to be downstairs, but not for real. Or I used to be, or I plan like my escape, like run away. I mean, like planning and plotting.
I can't wait till we get up out of the house. I'm moving away. It ain't never coming back. You say stuff like that.
I never said that really. I never said that, but I did used to plan to like run away and stuff. I did used
when I leave, I ain't never coming. You gotta never worry about me.
I used to tell, I said, you gonna miss me when I'm gone. I did used to say that, like trying to make it seem like I was gone. But it was just crazy. But like stuff that you say is, but I just never like
a deliberate argument with my mom.
And like, what is your mom even arguing with you for as a 10-year-old? Like
she shouldn't have
like,
to.
What if you as an adult? Why are you arguing with a 10-year-old? And then just as a 10-year-old, just do your chores around the house. Like don't talk back. Just I don't know. It could all be so simple.
Joey had been showing signs of lashing out for years before the incident.
So also he was lashing out even when Pops was there. So it can't be like, oh, because Dad's not. He was already acting out, already lashing out, already, and then unfortunately she's not there. Mm-hmm. So we can't get her side of the story. We only hear everybody one side of the story and how they take things.
Tell it from their viewpoint.
Yeah, but we don't hear from her viewpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad said, they asked her how she ever struck the child. Yeah, I remember this time 6 years ago. So it's not a constant thing. Because you said 6 years ago. You didn't say 6 weeks ago. You didn't say last year. You didn't say, it's not a constant thing of her striking the kids. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to bring up a time 6 years ago if it's a constant thing she always doing. You get what I mean?
Yeah, well, 6 years ago, it shouldn't have happened either. I don't know how old that the son is that he was talking of, Josh, but I don't know how old he is now, but I don't, still, I don't, when you say strike, I'm thinking you like
a whooping.
Like, slapped up. When he said strike and had him in the corner, I'm thinking something.
Also, I'm thinking whooping because striking. Does she ever? That's the type of they won't say do she ever whoop the kids. Sometimes they'll say do she strike the kids. As far as hit them in any kind of way, you would be like, well, yeah, she whoops them time and time again. But one time 6 years ago, she actually hit him. You know what I'm saying? He just said, yeah, I remember one time 6 years ago. So it's not a. But the argument being mean, that's a different thing. You know.
In 2006, getting into an altercation with a bus driver, and then a year later at just 6 years old, using a dustpan to hit an administrator at his school. And by his own account, this wasn't the first time he'd been this angry.
Have you ever been that mad before?
Yeah, a lot.
How do you feel now that things are the way they are?
Bad.
You feel bad that it happened, that you actually shot her?
Yeah.
Do you think it was worth it, even though you were mad?
No.
Should anyone be shot or die over an argument?
No.
They were close, but they argued and yelled. She yelled at him too much.
Grandma McVeigh seemed quite certain that...
And that's another thing, my mom. I'll be telling my mom, like, you gotta let her parent. You know what I'm saying? You parent your way. You gotta let my sister parent her way. You know what I'm saying? Grandparents do be wanting to interject. And they do be forgetting how they used to how they raised their kids. So... yeah, grandma gonna say, yeah, she was, you know what I'm saying? Cause they be soft with the damn grandkids. Like, y'all raising these soft-ass kids.
But I also want to know, since this was like a continuous thing with his anger, I do wonder, was he in any type of anger management?
Was he in therapy?
Like some type of therapy or something for his anger?
Yeah, she yelled at him too much.
Grandma McVeigh seemed quite certain that Deborah was over the top with Joey. But remember, Joey wasn't the only child in the household. There was also Shauna. And Shauna's interview doesn't paint Deborah quite the same way, as she reflects on the ominous night in her own haunting words.
We were like normal mom and daughter.
Okay.
Like we'd have our fights here and there, but it wasn't bad as Joey.
And Joey and Mom argued
A lot.
a lot.
Okay. When we got home, he was supposed to bring wood in for the fire, and he didn't. And Mom kept asking him over and over. So he brought like one load in, and Mom asked him to bring more in.
Okay.
But then he started arguing. When he shot her, she just like dropped to the ground, and she was like sort of sitting like on the couch. She was like leaning up against the arm, and then she just fell. And then he pointed it at me. I told him not to, so I would check on Mom, and I went to put the gun down first, and he put it on the couch. I don't know if the officer put it in on his bed. No, he set it down on the couch unless he moved it, but I'm not sure. I checked Mom, and there was no pulse, and he was yelling and screaming, all like confused and stuff. What happened?
Did you feel that he was going to shoot you?
Yes, because after he shot Mom, I was scared. When he looked at me, he looked like he was like evil, like the look in his eyes. When he looked at me, I was like scared.
Okay. And that's not normal. You don't normally see that in him every day or even every time he's mad.
That response, reflecting on the look in Joey's eyes, was an unnervingly strong description and could lead anyone to believe Joey may have been mentally ill. The latest reports show a therapist testifying.
Mentally ill, no. Anger problems, yes. And do I think he knew what the hell he was doing? Yes. But he's also understanding that he's a 10-year-old child, and let me put the tears on and let me sound, I didn't mean to get himself out of the situation. Because all kids do that when they're in trouble. To get themselves out of the situation, they try to do the, I'm sorry, you know.
Testifying that years later, Joey still wouldn't talk about the shooting in therapy, as the incident caused him great psychological distress. Two psychologists dug into Joey's background, finding he suffered from anxiety and depression, as well as a learning disability. He was sentenced to remain in confinement indefinitely. He's currently being held in an unnamed facility by the Ohio Department of Youth Services. Soon, he will be transferred to an adult facility pending a reintegration evaluation, which essentially means he can be kept in an adult jail until he is deemed ready to be reintegrated into society. If that occurs, he would then be put into intensive parole or probation.
You know why? They deemed that it's a possibility he's going to do that again. You know? Because he was 10-year-old. So he's an adult now. Because he was born, that happened in 2011, so he was born in 2001. So that would make him this year be around 24. What's his name? Which I doubt there would be any like updates about him, you know.
Oh, go back up.
You just say listen. I don't know. We'll have to probably do like a lot of research to find out about him. What did it say? It happened in Florida?
It happened in Ohio.
Ohio? That's sad though, man. Mom gone. Honestly, for what? All because you didn't want to go get the firewood? And that's the reason why I said like we only see one viewpoint of it. Because at the end of the day, the sister painted her as being like a traditional mom in a sense. She asked you to do things. She wants you to carry out what she asked. Hey, Joey, go get some firewood. He throws a fit. He go get 1 pile. She's like, hey, no, we need more. You mad? Go get the gun and come. You know. Yeah, Pops might, you know what I'm saying, look at it one way because he looks at it like, I don't know what kind of relationship Mom and Pops had, you know?
It don't seem like it was good. It seemed like it was toxic. You saw how much she pulling your hair. Y'all argued all the time too and all this other type of stuff. So, at the end of the day, I mean, We really don't know how she was as a person because, again, we get everybody else's viewpoint. It's unfortunate. She shouldn't have lost her life because, like, I don't, yeah.
So,
like you said, Shauna painted like, y'all, she just a normal mom. We have a normal mom-daughter relationship. Like any teenager or whatever, you kind of like bicker and go back and forth with, with your parents sometimes.
It does seem as though that they deeming him that it's a possibility of him carrying the crime.
And I do hate that he did that as well. Such a young age, and it's just kind of like, I just wish he would have been able, if y'all deemed that he had, learning disability or anger issues or whatever, I wish he could have got the help he had prior to this happening. And I just feel like it all could have been avoided. But
who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts for us about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is We Are. We Are.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.